Good morning, Tashala. Greetings, Grand Rising Queen, Grand Rising. Ohio in the house. Yes. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Yes. I gotta get started promptly because I have an appointment to get to. So we on a time crunch. Welcome back to my channel, Naughty Love Movement. It's your host, Naughty, bringing you the latest in trending topics and I vlog my life. All right. Thank you all for joining me. I have a great show lined up for you guys. But before we get into it, please, as you load up into the room, make sure you are liking the video, sharing the video, and if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Sharing is caring, okay? Thumbs up the video. Get us in the algorithm, all right? Also, follow me on all my socials. Thank you. Follow me on all my socials, okay? We everywhere. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, you name it, we on it, and we Naughty Love Movement everywhere, okay? So thank you all for joining me today. Today, I want to give shout out to the hurricane victims. Wow, another Category 5 hurricane is hitting Florida. Hurricane Milton. It is just crazy. And then there was a rumor that FEMA was running out of money. So I want to get into a little bit of commentary on that. Dame Dash, child. Dame Dash is running his mouth now, okay? Because I recall a time you asked Dame Dash some questions and he will cut your head off, okay? But now all bets are off. I guess Jay-Z trying to interfere with him selling his shares of Rockefeller. He like singing like a canary, okay? R. Kelly, his appeal gets denied. Drake is having a temper tantrum out here, okay? But it reminds me of something. It reminds me of when Kanye had his little hissy fit on stage, okay? But Drake is all in his feelings behind the Super Bowl and Kendrick Lamar performing, sending out cease and assist, child. We gonna get into it. Of course, we got some Diddy news. Celebs are trying to settle behind the scenes. Thank you so much, Ghost Baby Brown. Love you long time, and I appreciate you joining. I really, really do. And then Cissy Houston has passed away. And if we have time, we'll get into some other things like Kanye's possible divorce and Jasmine Crockett. She was on the Shade Room. And make sure you guys, I believe the deadline already hit in Jersey, but make sure you guys are registered to vote. This election year is very, very important. It's just so much going on. So thumbs up this video, share if you care, and if you're not subscribed, please subscribe because we have a good old time over here at Naughty Love Movement. Okay, so what's this? Oh God, Janice Combs, you getting dragged, baby. You getting dragged. You should have kept your mouth shut. She getting dragged all across Beyonce's internet, child. Can't make this stuff up. Up first, I want to get into Hurricane Milton. This is just so sad. It's a Category 5. But people were saying that FEMA was running out of money. And I found some commentary on it just to give y'all a little bit of perspective. Here we go. Shout out to News Nation now.
That FEMA could run out of money to deal with hurricanes, Milton and Hurricane Helene, because FEMA has spent so much money on migrant shelters and migrant services. Well, that claim is almost entirely untrue. Here's the deal. FEMA has administered more than $1 billion over the last 2 years to migrants for shelter, food, and other services. But the way that works is typically reimbursements. FEMA will give money to cities and towns that have already paid cash to house and serve those migrants. But that money comes from an entirely separate pool of funding than disaster relief. All the victims of Hurricane Helene and potentially Hurricane Milton, they will get reimbursed. Their towns and communities will be rebuilt with the disaster relief fund. That money has no impact on the migrant pool of funding and vice versa. And while more than $1 billion is certainly a lot of money,
Hey,
and that is
Fez.
taxpayer dollars, it is sort of a drop in the bucket compared to what we spend every year over the last few years on disaster relief, which is usually upwards of $20 billion.
All right. Fun facts for today. So FEMA is not running out of money. Hey, Feds, love you long time. Thank you for always joining. All right. So President Joe Biden has signed an emergency declaration as Milton approaches Florida. He said, I just approved an emergency declaration from the state of Florida in order federal assistance to supplement response efforts that may arise due to emergency conditions resulting from Hurricane Milton. So it sounds like he's trying to get ahead of things. He says, we expect this storm to again make landfall in western Florida and are working quickly to pre-position federal response personnel and assets. So look, prayers out to all the victims and all the families. I know the first hurricane, a lot of families were dismantled. Family members went missing. People lost everything. And it's just always very, very hard on people when they go through these disasters. I mean, Hurricane Katrina displaced a lot of people, and the government was not prepared. The government just was not prepared.
Threatening Florida, Hurricane Milton exploded in strength yesterday from a Category 2 to a Category 5. This is serious. Millions are now fleeing the Gulf Coast to Florida ahead of landfall tomorrow, with a storm surge that officials say is essentially, and listen to this word, unsurvivable, possibly up to 15 feet. We have correspondents throughout the region, but we're going to start with Stephanie Abrams with our partners at the Weather Channel. Steph, there's always people that say we're going to ride it out. From what we're hearing, this is not something you should ride out. Where is this storm heading?
Gail, good morning. Today is your last day to prepare for Hurricane Milton. It will pull away from the Yucatan Peninsula and head towards Florida, making landfall Wednesday to Thursday as a Category 3. It will slice through the state, causing widespread tree, power, and structural damage. Milton is expected to be a large and powerful hurricane at landfall. Not only will it bring life-threatening surge, winds, and flooding rain, but also the threat of tornadoes from Orlando to Miami. Landfall will be Wednesday to Thursday, and by Thursday afternoon, it will be in the Atlantic, still giving us rough surf along the East Coast. The winds will pick up in intensity Wednesday and get stronger as the day goes on. If you're in the eye wall, you should plan for gusts over 100 miles per hour, but also notice the gusty winds across much of the peninsula. Now, all this wind will produce crashing waves and potentially record-crushing surge as tall as a one-story building or more for Tampa and Sarasota. This storm is going to have far-reaching effects, and you will be significantly impacted even if you're outside of the cone. And notice that surge threat here along the east coast of Florida. By the way, it extends into Georgia and South Carolina as well. The heaviest rain will stretch across north central Florida with a high risk of numerous spots that could experience flash flooding. For more in-depth coverage, you can watch the Weather Channel on cable or live on your favorite TV streaming devices. Gail, this...
Good morning. Good morning, Bright Eyes. Good morning, Chantel. I know I have family. My nephew is down in Florida, so I'm really worried about him. I have to call him, but I believe he's up. He's more up towards northern Florida. This is just horrible. But shout out to the Jasmine brand. That was just CBS that I just got that information from. Jasmine brand, it looks like Uber is stepping up. Florida Emergency Management partners with Uber to offer free rides to and from evacuation shelters ahead of Hurricane Milton. So I think this is a wonderful way to assist the people down there in Florida, the Floridians, all right? Hey, MBMB. It looks like the FL Division of Emergency, and that's someplace you can go if you want to figure out how you want to donate and help out people down there. Even in the Carolinas and stuff like that, they're all suffering down south as a result of these back-to-back hurricanes. They stated we have partnered with Uber to provide Floridians free rides and to and from shelters in counties evacuating for Milton. Get a ride. So you just open your Uber app, tap the account on the bottom right, and tap the wallet and add the promo code Milton Relief. All right. You can also go to floridadisaster.org /shelter status to find out which shelters have room for you. And also you can Google hurricane relief or Hurricane Milton, put in any hurricane, and it will send up a list of things you can do to help the people out down there that are suffering. So my prayers go out to all the families down in Florida and down south period that are suffering the backlash of this these disasters. It's serious, all right? Child, and that's why, like, with all this going on, don't nobody ever come to the U.S. aid. I don't never see all the people we be giving money to overseas coming over here and helping the United States of America. Ever. Y'all name me a time where people have come to help America. As much money as we give out and go into debt for all these different countries. Thumbs up this video, okay? Thumbs up the video. I appreciate every last one of you joining me. Please share out the video. Please share this video so that it helps me get into the algorithm. Yes, please and thank you. Let me see. I think I want to go to R. Kelly, to Sylvester. I think I want to go to Sylvester next. Here we go. Shout out to the Jasmine brand. So, R. Kelly's appeal for his ex-crimes convictions denied by the Supreme Court. Right, Tarshella. Hey, Jayla girl. So R. Kelly's latest court move was unsuccessful for him. Maybe because he's guilty. Okay, so on Monday, October 7th, the Supreme Court denied the 57-year-old singer's attempt to overturn convictions after he was found guilty of multiple sex crimes, according to CNN. Kels, you might as well just get comfortable. That's your home. You're not coming home. Make room for your new bunkie, the diddler. Okay, he was previously sentenced to 30 years in prison after being convicted of ex-trafficking in New York back in 2021. 2 years later, he was sentenced to 23 years in prison for child porn conviction. All right. So in his appeal, R. Kelly claimed that the statute of limitations blocked the claims against him and federal prosecutors never officially responded. It's not clear why the Supreme Court made the ruling. What are your thoughts? My thoughts are he's exactly where he needs to be. Period. So to all these Diddy sympathizer, to all these Kelly sympathizer, he did it. If more than anything, he deserved to be there for Aaliyah. Period. Period. Point blank, period. Okay? Ciao. Jussie Smollett still lying. Chrisean Rock still lying. Thumbs up this video, okay? Jussie Smollett sat down with the Jasmine brand. I forgot to even put him on the thumbnail, but I'm just really not real big on liars. You know what I'm saying? Here we go.
I want to adopt a kid, you know, like I want to have all of these things in my life, and I don't want to have a felony on my record for something that I didn't do, you know. So that's what we're fighting for. It's like it's much. I know that on the surface it probably seems like, why doesn't he just serve the time? Why doesn't he just let this go? It would be easier if I had in fact done this. To say that I did it, I wouldn't have spent almost $3 million of my own money. I would not have had a trial.
And you know, there are probably a lot of people out there who say that, like, why doesn't he just take this and go and move on with his life?
Because as an entertainer, as a businessman, I probably should. Yeah. But as a human being, and as a man, as a black man, and as an openly gay black man, I have a problem with letting them win on something that they shouldn't be able to.
He's still lying. Juicy Smollett, go lay down. Chill. Chrisean Rock still lying too, talking about she did not assault James. Even though you were convicted and you did time. He was convicted. He got sent to jail. Like, boy, bye. Stop playing in our face. Enough is enough already. You still want to keep going? They need to lock him up again. Right. I feel bad for his family. They keep making him suffer. right, so we got kills. I slid in Juicy Smollett. All right, let's get into Dame Dash, okay? Okay, let me tell y'all something. Dame Dash, now he a motor mouth, child. Now he running his mouth everywhere. He been doing interviews everywhere. Ever since Jay done blocked his Rockefeller shares, he is upset. And I want to remind y'all of a time Dame Dash wouldn't even answer certain questions, y'all. Okay, let me take you back to the interview he did with Nick Cannon. Wait. Here we go.
At what age was Foxy Brown signed?
No. I wasn't paying attention to Foxy Brown.
Yeah, but that's...
I didn't sign Foxy Brown.
I know you.
I'm
I'm just asking a question.
I'm on the block. I'm responsible for everybody.
You the boss. I was just asking a question.
I don't know. My name is Cousin Bennett, and I ain't in it.
Oh, now you ain't in it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm just saying.
I promise you.
I thought Foxy was like 16. That's all I'm saying.
What that? Did I sign it? It sounds like you.
All I'm saying is in this industry, when we live in these glass houses.
It seems like you got a question for Jay.
Hey, AT2.
So when you say that Foxy was 16 when she got signed, why did you say that just now? Just curious.
When I first was introduced to who Foxy was, I thought there was something between Foxy and Jay.
Oh, yeah, Jay. But that's the question you're trying to ask me.
Oh, I would say because you was there. I only can.
All right, so now Dame Dash energy has changed. Hey, AT2, hey, D Smith, his energy has changed, okay? Because as you know, he is in a battle for his life because he owed back child support and taxes. So he was trying to sell his Rockefeller shares, okay? And then Jay-Z, the hater that he is, tried to block it and put out negative press to get people to not want to be attracted to Dame Dash selling his shares. Well, Dame said, y'all see it. I'm giving the middle finger. I'm trying to be good for you too. He said, I'm singing like a canary now. You want to block my money? You want to block my bag? I'm going to tell everything. Okay, so the first thing he got into, let me see. One of the things he got into was the Ciroc bottles. This is when he sat on the Art of Dialogue. Okay, here we go.
His hustle is putting stuff in people's drink. He made a liquor. I mean, that's the illest shit in the world. That everybody was partying and you don't know what was in that drink. And if he was, pause, undercover gay, because I didn't know it, and obviously if he was knocking men out and they were waking up violated, he's making somebody gay that doesn't want to be gay. So I'm like, what was in them drinks? And then I'm starting to think like, damn, when did hip-hop start to lose its masculinity? When did dudes, and again, no disrespect to nobody, but like tough niggas started wearing dresses and pocketbooks? Like maybe that could be the reason. And I'm just thinking it through. Like maybe that could be the reason why hip-hop took a turn for the feminine, because that shit, if homie was really putting shit in people's drinks and he's making the liquor, and again, I don't know, and I'm not even saying it to be funny, but they saying, homie was putting shit in motherfuckers' baby oil. So how could you trust that person to serve you drinks at such a big scale? So I'm remembering Nori so adamant about me taking a shot of Ciroc, and I'm like, nah.
Right.
And I brought my own, and now y'all can understand why I always want to make my own. So I brought my own liquor. You know what I'm saying? I was taking shots of my own. And then what happened, I made him take shots of Ciroc, and then he ended up getting too drunk, talking about take your shirt off and all this type shit. It's on tape. So it ain't, like, you just naturally start to think of things. And then I was thinking, there was this one time that when my daughter was 16, Jay had a show, and my daughter wanted to go. So I'm like, yo, I'm not going to deprive my daughter. So, I hollered at Jay, sent the kite, and told him I wanted to go to a show with my daughter, and they accommodated me to the fullest. People were really surprised to see me there, took pictures with everybody. But, and again, Emery's my brother, so I would hate to think that he was fucking around like that, pause. But he kept asking me somebody. That was the first time I had tasted that Douce, and I got ridiculously drunk to the extent, and my daughter and I were talking about this the other day, that I was like, yo, I don't get this drunk. Why am I so drunk? And I ended up, pause, wrestling with Kevin Hart. He poor nigga got me in a chicken wing. And I remember Vaughn taping that shit. And I'm like, yo, why you taping, Vaughn? So I'm thinking, I'm like, damn, because homie makes drinks too. And again, just if this is true, these are the things that I'm like just reflecting on. And if I wouldn't have played everything completely by the book, complete honor, then I could have been compromised. And what would have happened if I ever woke up feeling some kind of way?
Right.
Compromised. What would I have done?
Probably murked somebody. I'm just saying. That it was a good interview. He got into how he feels about the allegations of Aaliyah kicking up. Let me tell you, first of all, I saw someone ask about FUBU. That was LL Cool J, FUBU. They were Rockaware. But Rockefeller, they fell out legit over a girl. Like, Dame started, look, Jay-Z was crushing on Aaliyah. Dame Dash and her were a lot closer. He swooped in for the kill. But Dame Dash was still married to Rachel Roy, okay? She was like pregnant with his daughter or whatever. Maybe that's why but Jay-Z wanted Aaliyah really bad. A lot of the beefs in hip-hop is over chicks. Mark my words, okay? That's the root cause or whatever. Or Diddy. I'm just saying. So this was a really, really good interview. He even talked about Jag Liar wrong, okay? Let me tell you something. OKP is doing a great job of debunking that chick. She's a fucking liar. She's a delusional maniac. She's a delusional maniac. He pulled up clips of her saying that she will still work with Jay-Z. And this was like within the last couple of years, okay? So what happened in that time that all of a sudden you got all this hate and vitriol for Jay-Z and Beyonce? Other thing I caught from what Dame Dash said, his daughter wanted to go to a concert. He reached out to Jay and Jay accommodated him. That just goes to show how flip-floppy Hollywood is. They phony as fuck. Look, I don't think Jay will ever do business with Dame, but I don't think Jay-Z is loyal to anyone. I don't think he's loyal to anyone. So he talked about the reason why he walked away from the Jay-Z and R. Kelly situation, even though he was in the video. I'm just saying.
When it came down to R. Kelly, there was a conversation had about the moralness, like it's morally wrong to do a project with someone that we know raped my girl or raped anybody for that matter. So I do know that that conversation was had, and I was really surprised that he moved forward with that relationship. I don't know Epstein, so I never had the chance to walk away from him. But I do know that when that project did come out, I didn't want any part of that project. I didn't want any of the money to go to Rockefeller or me when it came to Rockefeller. It was around the time that Jay was trying to kind of separate himself from us. And he was saying that he didn't want to be a part anymore. And we resolved that issue with, look, if you want, because he wanted me to dilute and he wanted Biggs to dilute. And I wasn't diluting because I know what I mean and what I do for business. And Biggs was ready to do business with him. When it came down to R. Kelly, there was a conversation had about the moralness, like it's morally wrong to do.
Okay, and I think Jay-Z is low-key very vengeful. Okay, and he was mad that Dame got the girl, and as revenge, he partnered with the Kells. Okay, and he probably didn't see nothing wrong. But you know what? Because of his partnership with R. Kelly back then, people are questioning him now. And things he has done. Shout out to Baller Alert for that clip. Let me see. People crashing out everywhere, child. People is crashing out everywhere. Safari is hilarious, y'all.
Damn.
Okay, we heard this on Hip Hop DX. Now, the Breakfast Club also gave a reaction to Dame Dash speaking. Let me see if I can find it here. Drake is crashing out. DDG is crashing out too. He's on my last nerves, and I refuse to give him the clout and attention he wants. I refuse. Because one hand you saying Holly Head game is bad, and now you out here talking about, oh, if you get in another relationship, it will be with her. Stop playing in my face, boy. Stop playing in my face. It's annoying. It's like, grow up already. I thought I had a clip from the Breakfast Club reacting to Dame Dash, but that's okay, because I'm on a time crunch and I don't have time. I don't have time. I don't even care about what Charlamagne have to say anyway. Moving along. It was a great interview on the Art of Dialogue. Go check out Dame Dash. Like I said, he gets into how he feels about Aaliyah and all these rumors kicking up. And he actually said, like, wow, could have been a calculated situation. Like, I feel like Jay-Z is very vengeful. Look at what he's doing with his Rockefeller shares, right? Who's to say he wasn't so butthurt about Aaliyah rejecting him that he was cause her demise? Allegedly. I'm just saying. I mean, we seeing the underbelly of the industry kicking up right now in our face. We are. All right. You know who else feelings is hurt behind Jay-Z? Drake. Child, he is all in his feels, okay? Thumbs up this video. All right, look, as you all know, because it was a whole, I didn't cover this, but it was a whole big uproar over Jay-Z and the NFL choosing Kendrick Lamar to do the Super Bowl, right? And Lil Wayne came out here. He was all in his feelings about it because the Super Bowl is down in NOLA, New Orleans. You know what I mean? And you know what? I have to say, like, I was hoping that they would bring out like Lil Wayne, Cash Money, Master P, because they all natives from down there or whatever. So ultimately, you know, Jay-Z was saying like that Kendrick Lamar is like more relevant, but to me, Wayne got them hits, them bangers. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to see Lil Wayne. A million. You know what I'm saying? He would have rocked the stadium to May or whatever, but it ain't up to me, okay? So they were saying Kendrick is more relevant than Lil Wayne. You know, I just think they want to hear They Not Like Us in the stadium or whatever, even though they don't wore that song out. They don't wore it out. Love the song, but they don't wore it out or whatever. Well, Drake is in his fields. Now, mind you, Drake has been offered to do the Super Bowl and he has declined. I believe. He has declined from what I research or whatever. Well, he in turn has sent a cease and assist to Jay-Z for Kendrick Lamar to not play the song They Not Like Us. Child, he's in his feels to the point that he's at concerts talking about it. And you know, this kind of reminded me of Kanye West when he did his rant. Here's
Listen, I'm gonna tell you one thing about nostalgia. One thing about nostalgia this party here. My real friends are
Can't
definitely
be
in the
more shorty.
building. But I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna come to a point in life where people you thought were friends or people you thought were close to you, they might switch up. They might try and move funny with you. They might stab you in the back. They might do a lot of things to you.
Wow,
You'll
hey
come to that
Jalen.
realization. Wherever you're at in life, you've probably been there and you'll be there again. That's how life is. But look, sometimes it's you and you alone by yourself. Sometimes it's you alone with your thoughts. Sometimes you know what? Fuck, play the song. Go ahead.
All right, so then he started playing Beyonce, Me, Myself, and I, and I'm just like, he really in his feelings because they not responding. And you know what this reminded me of, Naughty Crew? I just had a flashback when he was doing this. Because you know, when Jay and Beyonce start ignoring folks, they get all in their feelings and they start ranting like this on stage.
See, I know you know killers. Please don't sit them at my head. Just call me. Talk to me like a man.
Y'all remember when Kanye was ranting?
Jay-Z, I know you know killers. Please don't sit them at my head. Just call me. Talk to me like a man.
So he all in his feels, honey, and to the point that he took to social media. Like that, it wasn't enough that he blasted. Like, this is not the way to get your way, Drake. This is not the way. He is in his feelings about that Kendrick Lamar song. May a hit dog holler. Thumbs up this video. Like, if it's no truth to it, what you so mad about? It was just a rap battle, right? It was just a rap battle. He took to social media and posted Solange. Shout out to Baller Alert. Dre's cryptic IG post. Solange after Jay-Z elevator instance sparks online speculation. This is what he posted. Ciao. He is really in his feels. And then he turned around and posted a picture of Aaliyah. Like, Drake, if you know something, say, see, that's the problem with Hollywood. That's the problem with Hollywood. They hold the secrets until they get their feelings hurt. Then now they want to sing, they want to run their mouths, okay? They want to run their mouths, okay? So on the Breakfast Club, they was on this morning about it. Let me hear what Charlamagne and Chester have to say.
Through to the song.
And also, I'm gonna be honest, I thought that Kendrick's execution of this battle was flawless. The strategy, the songs, everything. But I didn't think that it had that much of an impact on Drake. Drake hurt. Oh my God!
And this is all. This is also in the mix of reports that Drake unfollowed LeBron, DeMar DeRozan. You know, those are two people who were at the Not Like Us Juneteenth.
No, man.
DeRozan was on the stage, so and. I don't know his reasonings for unfollowing, but, you know, that is a thing.
You can't go on an unfollow spree and go on the stage and cry about, you know, people not having no real friends or whatever that was about, and then going to Beyonce, Me, Myself, and I. It's like, man.
Envy, you would have did that?
Well, he did the unfollow weeks before. So let me
but I'm
put
just
that
saying,
out there.
it's the fact that you know that people going to throw all that into a pot and mix it up. I wouldn't even want to set myself up like that.
There's nothing wrong with that man expressing his feelings. Aren't you having a panel about men crying?
He threw to the song.
Oh. Or something like that?
You can't show that after getting your ass kicked in a rap battle like that. Like Kendrick Lamar got his foot. When I tell you Kendrick Lamar put his foot all the way up Drake's ass, I mean, he put his foot all the way up Drake's ass and he is wiggling his toes. You hear me?
When does it stop? When does it stop?
Calf is crazy. To the calf is crazy.
All right, that was their response to Drake. Okay. Charlamagne, why don't you just come out the closet already? He say a lot of Diddy stuff. He give me Diddy vibes. You know how Diddy be walking around calling grown men daddy? Yeah. some stuff he be saying out his mouth, I'll be like, this come out the closet already. It's okay. It's okay. All right, so, Drake is in his feelings. He be alright, though. He got a lot of money. He be alright. Because maybe this your karma for all the cruddy stuff you did to people. Like set up Rihanna ex-publicists to be home invaded on. Allegedly. I'm just saying. Every dog has his day. Alright, let's get into the diddler. The diddler, he always on the roster, child. I gotta keep y'all up to date. Alright, the diddler, his key to Miami has been taken back. You think, like, nobody cares. What about the victims? That's what I care about. Or whatever. So it seems the lawyer Busby that came out and stated that he had 120 victims. It seems that a lot of celebs are trying to quietly settle the case, right? So yikes. Like, shout out to Neighborhood Talks. Lawyer representing 120 victims against Diddy says major celebrities have started paying victims in order to avoid being publicly named for their involvement in the alleged assault. This is horrible because I say expose the pedos. Expose the predators. Like, I don't think they should be able to get off by just paying their way out of stuff. This is the problem. This is the problem. So this is a mess, but also not a surprise. Lawyer Tony Busby that previously hosted a press conference announcing his representation of more than 120 victims is spilling more information. So according to Busby, celebrities with big names have already started to quietly settle with the victims behind the scenes in order to keep their names out of the Diddy lawsuit. These are individuals that allegedly took part in alleged assaults with Diddy. This comes after Busby previously told TMZ that he's given the celebrities involved a chance to make things right, which means it was a money grab. It was a money grab. And this is my thing. So they get to stay secret. Basically. You just allowing them to buy their way out of their predatory behaviors. 82, you was right. He an ambulance chaser. What about justice? What about preventing more victims? Hey, Bobby. So this comes from Busby after he previously told TMZ that he's given the celebrities involved a chance to make things right before being exposed to the public via the victims' claims. Some apparently took the initiative to do so. In every single case, especially cases like this, because it's the best interest of the victim, we attempt to resolve these matters without the following of a public lawsuit. We've done that already with a handful of individuals, and many of which you heard of before. Keep in mind, Busby plans to try all of these lawsuits. And what about the feds? Handing the information to the feds. What about that? No, because it's a money grab. Because if the victims get money, you get money. Get out my face. I don't want to talk about him no more. Ciao. That just upset me. Because I'm tired of these lawyers playing in our face. Like, if you really on the right side of the victims and things like that, you will hand the information over to the feds. Right or wrong, all right? On the tail end of that, a TikToker has come out to expose Kevin Hart and the diddler, okay? He was on a reality show. And he said one of the castmates was dating not only the diddler, but Kevin Hart at the same time, who is a married man. And that's why Kevin Hart don't have no comments when TMZ in his face with that microphone. Like, why you get married? Just stay single if you want to be a fuckboy. Just stay single. Tired of these motherfuckers. Okay? That's why he quiet, because he know he on them damn tapes. Annoying. Annoying. Stop doing the fuck shit. Or just stay single. That's what I say. Stay single. So the TikToker is spilling the beans, all right? And the person that he's spilling the beans on is in Little Rod's lawsuit. Child, Tammy Roman trying to go viral so bad. She doing anything to go viral, and it's not working. It is not working. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to find. It's a little bit big. And I'm only rocking with this TikToker because he from Jersey. He from Jersey. He said, I'm a blue collar worker from Jersey. Okay, I have no reason to lie. I have no reason to lie. Where's he at? All right, let me just go to the neighborhood talks. Here you go. Shout out to the neighborhood talks for this one. Here we go.
On Diddy and Kevin Hart's involvement. I know this because I was on a TV show with a girl who was actively dating Diddy at the time. There I am. A quick Google search will tell you who she is. This girl was paparazzi'd with Diddy back in 2022-2023. Obviously, the cast was concerned about her because the Cassie lawsuit just dropped before filming. Now, the first week of filming just had to be Valentine's Day. Now, Diddy's girl got a very expensive bouquet of flowers delivered on Valentine's Day, but she refused to tell anybody who it was from. It's a reality show, so obviously drama went down. Diddy's girl decided to leave the house for a week. So my girl and I decided to break into her room to redecorate it for show purposes. Just playing along with the drama of the show, we were shocked by what we found.
Bro, there's no way. Bro.
The flowers were from Diddy. Love, Puff. This sent my girlfriend into a spiral. As a woman, she was terrified that Diddy had our address. She let the girl know how she felt and put the card back where she found it. The girl told Diddy what happened, and then Diddy threatened production. So the Diddy girl started screaming at my girlfriend, saying that Diddy was going to sue her because of what she wrote on the note. Worried that we were all going to discuss this sick shit that he was doing on our TV show. The fact that he wanted to silence a girl that he doesn't even know for writing on a note is absolutely insane. Production then pulled every cast member aside and instructed us to no longer have any Diddy conversation for the duration of the show. Diddy threatened to bankrupt our TV show and my girlfriend. We thought it ended there, right? But then Diddy's girl got mentioned in a lawsuit that came out publicly. When this went down, Diddy's girl happened to be in a fight with another castmate. Now that castmate just happened to be dating J-Lo's ex-boyfriend Casper. Diddy's girl was scared that the other castmate was going to use this Diddy stuff against her during their fight. So she decided to make a call to guess who? Kevin Hart. Now, at the time, none of us knew it was actually Kevin Hart until later on. So Kevin Hart called Casper and threatened him to make sure he gets his girl in check on the show. Now, Casper's girlfriend told all of us that Diddy's girl was also sleeping with Kevin Hart, who happens to be married with children and best friends with Diddy. Kevin Hart clearly made the call to Casper to ensure that Diddy's girl stayed quiet about the affair that him and her were having because, once again, he's married. Kind of weird that Diddy and Kevin Hart are both sleeping with the same girl and threatening our TV show, isn't it? Now listen, I'm just an ordinary blue-collar worker from Jersey, okay? Who happens to be dating a famous OF model, which is how I got on the show in the first place. Now, I'm not a social media star. I'm not famous. I have no reason to lie about any of this shit, okay? Now, the only reason I'm telling you guys all this is because when I was in Hollywood filming this TV show, I went through some sick, twisted shit, okay? So let me know if you guys want to hear about it all, because I'd be happy to make a part 2.
Great. Thank you for spilling the deets. Is that the videotape that's being shopped around Hollywood? With the Diddler and Kevin Hart on it? Screwing the same girl? Well, this girl that he's talking about, because, you know, people on TikTok, everybody has researched and figured it out. Her name is Jade Rami. Now, she was named in Little Rod's lawsuit, okay? So Sean Diddy Combs paid Instagram model Jade Rami as an ex-worker. It has been alleged in one of the sexual assault lawsuits filed against the music mogul. On March 25th, producer Rodney Lil Rod Jones amended the lawsuit he filed against Combs, 54, back in February. In it, he claimed the rapper Young Miami and model Daphne Joy were hired as ex-workers for Combs. The complaint alleges that Combs would boast about paying a monthly stipend for sexual services for model Rami, City Girls rapper Young Miami, and Joy, who share a child with hip-hop star 50 Cent. So then, she has come out to deny the claims, but this kind of corroborates Lil Rod's lawsuit. Thank you, Mr. TikToker. And I saw y'all in the comments saying that he was from I Love New York, the guy on the TikTok. So shout out to him for being a whistleblower. Jag, that's how you whistleblow, bitch. All right, so I seen the connections there, but I gotta go ahead and get out of here. But last but not least, I wanna say rest in peace to Cissy Houston. Now, for those of you who don't know, Cissy Houston used to come to my elementary school, which is now named after Whitney Houston. Back then it was called Franklin. But Cissy Houston used to come and sing to us every single year. She lived right across the street from my elementary school. So she was 91 years old. You know, she had a full life. She had some point of views that I did not agree with. And I also felt like she was always in competition with her daughter, a little something, something. But now she is up in heaven with Whitney and Bobby Christina. So condolences, to the Houston family. I'm sure they are going through it, but she definitely had a full life, and she was a singer. She would come every single year. She had a great relationship with my principal, Mr. Hamilton, who is still the principal to this day. All right, he's still the principal to this day. Refuses to retire. But yeah, they had an arrangement where she would come and sing to us every year. And she used to love singing songs from the Annie musical. The sun would come out tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. So, shout out to her. Shout out to the Houston family. Rest in peace. Rest in power to Cissy Houston. I love you all. I appreciate you all joining me. I'll be back later, probably around noon, because I got more stories I want to get into, but I have an appointment to get to. So I appreciate every last one of you joining me. Let's leave it in the comments. Oh, child. Gary, he still be pulling up to the drug dealers in the hood, child. That's a story for another thing. I don't know if he got clean yet or whatever, but last I checked, he's still pulling up in the hood. Yes. So I appreciate you all. I hope you all have a beautiful day, and I'll see you all later.